Are you creating amazing blog posts only to see them get lost in the noise? Here's how to multiply your content and reach new audiences without writing another word.
Welcome to today's training, Content Repurposing Hacks to Maximize Your Blog's Reach. When you're pouring hours into creating amazing blog posts, it can feel disheartening when they don't get the attention that they deserve. Today, we're going to uncover the one mistake that keeps bloggers stuck on a content creation treadmill, and more importantly, how to get off of it for good.
That's right. Okay, so today you're going to learn 4 things. Number 1, I have a mess in the back that was just peeking over my shoulder. I need to clean that up. All right, so here are the 4 things you're going to learn. Number 1, the number 1 content mistake that limits your blog post reach and why it's so damaging. We're going to talk about that. Number 2, practical steps to turn one blog post into 10 pieces of new content. You're going to be amazed. Number 3, how to work smarter, not harder, to expand your presence across multiple platforms, because we got to be in all the places, MasterCard, everywhere you want to be, right? Number 4, simple hacks to save time while creating content that your audience actually loves. We're going to do that. Okay.
So what are you going to walk away with? By the end of this training, you're going to walk away with a clear framework for repurposing your best content, actionable steps to create videos, social graphics, and email content from one single post, and the confidence to maximize your reach without burning out. So let's dig in. If you want to go ahead and grab your free worksheet, text the word multiply to 251-644-6701.
Whoop, whoop. Okay, so the number 1 mistake that bloggers make with their content. Are you ready for it? The number 1 mistake is the create and forget mindset. And here's what happens. Many bloggers operate in this cycle of create it and forget it, move on, right? They spend hours, sometimes days, researching, writing, photographing, editing, all the things to make this blog post perfect for this one blog post. And they'll say, oh, it takes me a whole week to write a blog post. They hit publish, they share it once on social media, maybe they pin it, send it out in a newsletter, and then they immediately move on to the next thing. And they're done. One and done. Why is that harmful?
Yeah, why is that harmful? Ugh. Well, number 1, it wastes your best efforts. Your most valuable content gets buried in your blog's archives after just a few days. So it loses its potential to attract new readers. Number 2, kind of leads to burnout, people. The constant pressure to create fresh content from scratch that doesn't get any traffic is exhausting and unsustainable. That content has to continue to get traffic forever and always. That's how we grow, right? And it limits your reach. You miss out on connecting with audiences on different platforms who prefer your content in a different format, like video, audio, graphics. The reality is, a single high-quality blog post is a gold mine of content. The smartest bloggers don't just keep creating more content. They get more mileage out of the content that they've already created.
That's right. So let me give you some examples for this. So imagine that you're a personal finance blogger and you've written this blog post that is like, it's an in-depth guide, 10 steps to create your first budget. Okay. You're telling people how to do this. So instead of just publishing it and then moving on to the next thing. So it took you 3 days to write that, right? And instead of just publishing it and moving on to the next thing, here are other ways that you could get the biggest bang for your buck and maximize the results for that. Turn the 10 steps into a 10-day email challenge. That's brilliant. Number 2, create a short video for each step that maybe goes on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. Design an infographic that summarizes the steps for Pinterest. Record a podcast episode discussing the why behind the way that you did that budget, why you did it, why those 10 steps matter. Maybe do a post for each step as a daily tip on Instagram or on X. Okay. That's LinkedIn. Yeah. LinkedIn is pretty big right now. That's over a dozen pieces of content from a single blog post. So here's your big takeaway. Stop thinking of the blog post as the final product, as the one and done. Think of it as the starting point for a whole universe of content. Once you have that first thing created, it's so easy to begin creating to take it and morph it into other things. You got to change your mindset on this. Okay.
So how do we do it? How do we avoid that mistake? Well, the solution is to adopt a create once, distribute everywhere strategy. So to maximize, that's all fancy. Well, maximize on it. To maximize my tea. Okay, to maximize your blog's reach, you need to repurpose your core content into different formats for different platforms. It's about meeting your audience where they are with content tailored to how they like to consume it. So, your actionable steps for effective content repurposing. Number one, identify your pillar content. Start by identifying your best performing blog posts. You need to look for content that's evergreen so that it remains relevant over time, that is comprehensive so it covers a topic in depth like landing pages, content hubs, or that is and that is already popular. It needs to already get significant traffic or engagement. So for example, a post like the ultimate guide to starting a vegetable garden, it's a pretty good pillar post as long as it has indoor and outdoor options on it. Otherwise it's seasonal, right? But a post about the top gardening trends of 2025, not so much.
Very now, right? All right. So another thing that you could do is deconstruct your blog post. So break your pillar posts down into core components. You're going to look for things like main sections or steps like your H2s and H3s. Yes.
So I just want to clarify, guys, this is not another thing. This is step 2 in your actionable steps. So first you identify, and then step 2, you deconstruct.
Okay. So
clarify.
Break down the main sections or steps. So look at your H2s and your H3s. Remember, you only have one H1 and it's your title. So we're looking at H2s and H3s. Look at your key takeaways or quotes. Look at statistics or data points. Look at actionable tips or things that could be turned into a checklist. Look at stories or anecdotes. How can you look at this blog post and pull these things out of it? Okay. Each of these components can become a standalone piece of micro content on Instagram as a reel or a story, on YouTube as a shorts, on TikTok. Like, how can you take this
LinkedIn as a carousel?
Okay, number 3.
Then you're going to repurpose it. So we figured it out. We've deconstructed it. Now we're going to repurpose it into multiple formats. So here's how you can transform that one blog post into a variety of content formats. Number 1, turn it into video content. Short firm. My mouth is not mouthing today. Short form video. So create 60-second videos for every single main tip or main step in your blog post, and make sure and use text overlays to highlight those key points. You can also do long form video. What is my problem? I need to know. Record a 10 or 15-minute video where you walk through the entire blog post in more detail, using your post headings as the script's outline. So for example, for the gardening post that we talked about earlier, you could create a reel for tip number 1, choosing the right soil. Well, now we want to know the rest of the tips, right?
Yeah.
Then you can create a longer YouTube video on how to plan your first vegetable garden from scratch that walks through each one of those main headers.
Then you take that YouTube video and you embed it in the blog post, right? Like, this is all a beautiful connected cycle. Okay.
And you take the reel and you put a link to the video.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So something else is you're going to create shareable social graphics. So quote graphics. Pull out impactful quotes or stats from the post and put them into a branded template that you're going to put on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest.
Pinterest loves quotes, people.
I was going to say that. Those do really good on Pinterest. Carousels. Turn listicles or step-by-step guides into Instagram or LinkedIn carousels. Kelly was talking about the LinkedIn carousels, but Instagram is a great place for carousels as well. Each slide is going to represent a step, okay? Infographics. Summarize the key steps or data from your post into a visually appealing infographic for Pinterest. Infographics do really well on Pinterest. So here's an example. We're sticking to that gardening theme here, okay? You're going to create 10 slide carousels for 10 steps to start your garden. So each carousel, each page, or each slide is one of those steps. And an infographic showing the vegetable planting calendar, okay?
Yeah, you can even You can even transform it into audio content. Think a podcast episode where you record yourself reading the blog post or using the post's main points as a script for a more conversational episode. You can add more personal stories or insights. You can also create an audiogram, a short audio clip of the most powerful sections of your podcast episode, and place them over a strategic image or waveform video that you can share on social media. So, for example, a podcast titled The 5 Biggest Mistakes New Gardeners Make, based on a section of your pillar post.
Yep. Okay. So now you're going to do my favorite thing, which is put it into email. So we need to leverage our email marketing for this content. So send a newsletter, send your blog post directly to your subscribers. This would be a broadcast if you're using Kit. Don't just link to it, paste the instruction. Well, okay. So you can do this a couple of different ways. We're actually testing out some things with email, but you can write some information and then tell them to go read the blog post. Or if you get great results from just saying, here's the blog post and here's why you need to give them a hook on why they need to go read it and be done. Or you could take it and create an email series, turn it into a funnel, right? So when they're on the blog post, they opt into something and then they get a funnel that breaks down, takes all of those things and breaks it down into a 10-part email series. Okay. All right. That could be really, really good as well. So create a series. Maybe if you've got 10 steps, then it would be 10 emails in that series or funnel that is how to create your first garden, or those 10 steps to starting your garden. So every single day they would get, I wanted to make sure I was saying it correctly. Every single day they would get an email that says step 1, step 2, and it's breaking it down in bite-sized pieces. People can consume that so much easier, and you leave them hanging for the next thing. It's like that to be continued back when, we would watch a show back in the 80s, like Growing Pains, to be continued. Next week, we're waiting with bated breath for the next episode. It's the same kind of thing with an email series, and you're telling them day by day what they're going to do. Okay. All right.
So your final micro habit challenge. That is not correct. So a quality checklist. Hold please, let me come back to that. Here's a quality checklist for your repurposed content. Is the content adapted for the new platform style? So for example, vertical video for Reels, the right size for LinkedIn, for Pinterest, right? Does it provide standalone value? Someone shouldn't need to see the original post to understand it, but it should tempt them to want to see the original post or the original video that then should tempt them to want to get to the original post. Okay. Is it visually consistent with my brand? That doesn't mean using the same colors. It means the same feel. Mm-hmm. Right? We can see the Nike check in 400 different colors and we still know it's the Nike check.
That's right.
Right? Does it include a call to action? What?
And it's a check. Like, how crazy is that? Such a simple logo, and everybody knows what it is. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right? I mean, McDonald's is just an M.
Yeah. Yep.
Does it include a call to action that points back to my blog or a related resource? I mean, Tiffany's is a color. It doesn't even matter what it is. We see the color, we immediately think Tiffany's.
Yeah. Or you could take just the font that says Tiffany & Co. and turn it into anything else. It could say Crystal & Co. and people would know that that's the Tiffany font and the color. Yeah. I mean, people refer to the Tiffany blue as a color. So, yeah. All right. So final micro habit challenge. This is what Kelly was trying to tell you guys, but we're going to tell it to you now. So take one of your best performing blog posts and repurpose it into 3 new formats this week. We want you to work on that. So you're going to create a quote graphic for Instagram or Facebook. You're going to create you're going to outline and create a short form video script based on the key tips from the post. Guys, you can take this stuff and plug it into your AI and have it help you. Okay. Number 3, you're going to draft an email for a mini series. Okay. Now, mini could be a little bit bigger than mini, because if it's a 10 things about gardening, it's a 10 emails, but maybe focus on something that only has 3 to 5 emails that would need to go out, but start drafting that. Okay. And then what are they going to do, Kelly?
I want you to notice how quickly you can generate a week's worth of content from something that you've already created. And remember, the goal of content creation is not just to fill a calendar. It's to provide value, to expand your reach. By repurposing your content, you honor the hard work that you've already done, and you ensure that it connects with the widest possible audience.
Yeah. I want to say something. So I think that if you are newer to blogging and you're working to build your 350 pieces of well-connected content, you need to be creating content every day, right? You need to be creating content 5 times out of the week at least, okay, till you build. Now, Kelly and I have over 5,000 or 6,000 blog posts a piece. Someone that's at our level, someone that has 1,000 or 2,000 blog posts or 5,000 or 6,000 blog posts.
Well-connected pieces of content, not something you've been building for the past 25 years and you've just now hit 1,000.
Right. It's well connected. Okay. This framework will work for you right now. This framework will work incredible for you because you need to be creating the content. And we know that now a blog is just a piece of what the internet wants from us. And so now you need to go do all these things for that content. So go through your top content and do this stuff. So you've got this. In case you didn't get it earlier, don't forget to grab the worksheet. Text the word multiply to 251-644-6071.
Nope.
What did I do wrong?
You said 6071. That is incorrect. If that is what you did, please try again. Text 251-644-6701.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% positive.
All right, I'll give it to you. That's fine. Take my money. Okay, so text the word multiply. If you do that and you send it to the right phone number and you don't get your worksheet sent to you, it's an automation. So that means that you have D&D'd us most likely. So to undo that, text the word start and only the word start. Count to 10 or 30. Then text the word multiply and only the word multiply, and it should get things started back up for you. Okay. Now, go take one step today, whether it's pulling together a quote graphic, whether it's outlining a video script, whatever it is. Start making your content work smarter for you. You've got this. We'll see you in the next video. Bye.